Alright, what is going on YouTube? This is your boy PXG Cash Hour, coach of the New York Nido Kings, welcoming you to Week 7 of the Worldwide Champions League Season 4. This first match will be taking place between the Wilmington Crobats, coached by Shane, taking on the Seattle Sharingan Serperiors, coached by Lindo. Now here is the roster for the Wilmington Crobats. We got Xurkitree, Weavile, Vaporeon, Donphan, Metagross, Noivern, Porygon 2, Como-O, Delphox, Armaldo, Swampert, and Venusaur. As you guys can clearly see, Shane's Z Crystal users are Weavile, Como-O, and Delphox. Over here we have the roster for the Seattle Sharingan Serperiors. Lando Therian, Kyurem Black, Zapdos, Celebi, Jellicent, Fortress, Blaziken, Drapion, Miltank, Granbull, Gigalith, and Lycanroc. Lindo Z Crystal users are Lando Therian, Kyurem Black, and Blaziken. Now, after careful planning and delivering and whatnot, what we got for you this week is as follows. Donphan, Porygon 2, Xurkitree, Noivern, Weavile, and Swampert for the Wilmington Crobats, and Jellicent, Blaziken, Lando Therian, Gigalith, Fortress, and Kyurem Black for the Seattle Sharingan Serperiors. The Wilmington Crobats are currently 3-3. The Seattle Sharingan Serperiors are currently 5-1. Let's find out who wins this week for the Worldwide Champions League between the Wilmington Crobats and the Seattle Sharingan Serperiors. Alright, so Lindo issuing a challenge. Leads off with Mario Bros, the Jellicent. Shane leads off with Bane, the Donphan. So right off the bat, Shane does withdraw. Goes into Kaiser, the Swampert. So there's the Will-O-Wisp from Lindo. That does burn the Swampert. I don't know if this is a physical or a special Swampert, however, to say if it affects it or not as of now. Here's a taunt from Jellicent. Was Swampert going for Stealth Rocks? And it was. Swampert will be recovering his HP with his leftovers. Does take the burn damage. So Shane does withdraw Swampert. Goes into Vader, the Xurkitree. So there's another Will-O-Wisp by Lindo, predicting the switch in. Now Xurkitree is burned. We'll be taking the burn damage. So Lindo withdraws Jellicent, goes into Hematite, the Gigalith. There's the Sandstream. Xurkitree going for the substitute. Does get hit by the Sandstorm. And recovers his HP with his leftovers. Does take burn damage also. So right off the bat, Xurkitree goes for Thunderbolt. Does about 30% almost to a Gigalith. Here's an Earthquake. Probably will be enough to break the substitute. And it is. Back comes out Xurkitree, who gets hit by the Sandstorm. Will recover his HP with his leftovers. And will take the burn. Oh, Gigalith will be recovering with his leftovers. And Xurkitree will be, of course, taking the burn damage. So Xurkitree being recalled out. In its place, Trojan, the Porygon 2, traces the Sandstream from Gigalith. There's the Stealth Rocks from Gigalith. Shane does have Donphan still in the background, can be able to remove those rocks. The Gigalith recovering with his leftovers. There's a Toxic from Porygon 2. Giglip retaliates with his own toxic. These two traded poisons. The sand, of course, hitting Porygon 2 in the face. The recovery from the leftovers on Gigalith. Both will now take the poison damage. Porygon 2 is being recalled out. In its place is Bane, the Donphan again. Does take damage from the rocks. Lindo also withdrawing. Goes into Ironhide, the Fortress. Sandstorm now gone off the field. Donphan going for the knockoff. One knockoff Fortress's leftovers. Fortress going for the toxic. Donphan now poised. I do believe at this point 4 of Shane's Pokemon are status. Here's a Fire Fang from Donphan. And now Spikes from the Fortress. Shane withdraws Donphan. Goes back into a Circuitry. We'll be taking damage from the rocks and the spikes. Lindo withdraws Fortress. Goes into Jellicent. So Circuitry will be recovering HP with his leftovers. Does take the burn damage. So Lindo forced to withdraw Jellicent. Back comes out Hematite, the Gigalith. And with it, the Sandstream yet again. Here's a Thunderbolt from Circuitry. Takes damage from the Sandstorm. Both of these Pokemon will be recovering in HP with leftovers. And now the minus from these statuses, there's the poison. There's the burn. Lindo withdraws Gigalith. Goes into Black Hammer, the Kyurem Black. And there's this terrible Circuitry going for Thunderbolt. Is resisted. He gets the paralysis on Kyurem Black. So both of these Pokemon will be taking damage from the Sandstorm. Circuitry, of course, recovering HP was the leftovers. Does take the burn damage as well. Circuitry going for the Dazzling Gleam. And it will be enough. Kyurem Black goes down. Currently 6-5 in favor of the Wilmington Crobats. Beast Boost activated, as you guys saw. There's the leftovers on Circuitry and the burn damage. Just right back to the red. Out comes out Shukaku, the Landotherian. Does Intimidate, lowers Circuitry's physical attack stat. There's the U-turn, which will be enough to knock out Circuitry. Match is now tied up 5-5. Out comes out Jellicent. Does take damage from the Sandstorm. Bane goes into Kaiser the Swampert. Will take damage from the spikes and the rocks. Once again, Jellicent going for the taunt. Ooh. Shane going for Toxic. Gets predicted. Then I'm assuming was expecting the Stealth Rocks again. There's the burn damage against on Swampert. Thank you, random car. The Scald from Swampert, but Jellicent being water absorb. There's the Ice Beam from Jellicent. One more time, Scald from Swampert. Does recover HP with the leftovers and takes the burn damage. The taunt wears off. Jellicent again taunting. One more time, Shane going for the toxic. So the leftover recovery, and now the burn damage as well. Here's another Ice Beam from Jellicent. And again, the Scald from Swampert, but Water Absorb is there. At this point, I'm assuming Shane is just trying to sack off Swampert. Here's another Ice Beam from the Jellicent. One more time, the Scald. The leftovers recovery. And the burn damage. The taunt does wear off. Once again, the taunt from Jellicent. The toxic from Swampert that is blocked. The leftovers recovery. The burn damage. There's another Ice Beam from Jellicent. Swampert now in the red. After recovery, the burn damage. There's another Ice Beam again. Living at 3 HP. There's the leftovers recovery. And I think the burn will be able to actually kill Swampert. No, living at 3 HP. And with one more Ice Beam, Kaiser the Swampert goes down. 4-5, now in favor of the Seattle Sharingan Serperiors. Out comes out Force Raider, does take damage from the rocks and the spikes. And now it's applying its pressure. Goes for the pursuit. Jellicent eating a berry. Is able to take the hit because of the Cobra Berry. There's a Will-O-Wisp from Jellicent. This burn will heavily affect Weavile, as Weavile is a physical attacking poke. Here it is. Whoa! There it is, the Black Hole Eclipse. How much will this hurt?
That had to hurt.
And there's the recover from Jellicent. The burn letting Jellicent actually live that. Lindo does withdraw Jellicent. Does it Kickin' and Chicken the Blaziken. Here's a knockoff from Weavile. Not able to knock off Blaziken's item. It could be the Z poke. Goes for the Brick Break. Here's a Flamethrower from Blaziken, which will be enough. Force Raider the Weavile goes down. 3-5 at the moment. Out comes out Veil for the Noivern. We'll take damage from the rocks. Then the withdraws Blaziken. Goes into Hematite, the Gigalith. There's the Sand Stream. Goes for the Switcheroo. So, gets the leftovers. Gigalith now has Choice Scarf. So Noiver recovers HP with the leftovers. Gigalith will be taking more poison damage. Noiver going for the U-turn. In his place, Bane the Donphan will be taking damage from the rocks and the spikes. Here's the Rock Tomb from Gigalith. Resisted by Donphan, but speed now drops by 1. Poison still affecting both of these pokes. The Lindo withdraws Gigalith. Back comes out Jellicent. Here's an Earthquake from Donphan. Jellicent now getting hit by the Sandstorm. Poison still affecting Donphan here. Here's the recover from Jellicent. And another Earthquake from Donphan. And one more time the Sandstorm hitting Jellicent in the face. The poison still affecting Donphan. Donphan now in the red. Once again, Lindo going for the recover on Jellicent. Kind of barrage Shane with the poison damage. One more Earthquake, it won't be enough to kill. Sandstorm now gone. The poison damage is enough. Bane the Donphan goes down. 2-5 at the moment in favor of the Seattle Sharingan Serperiors. Back comes out Veilfer the Noivern, who will take damage from the rocks. Those rocks and spikes are now permanent on Shane's side of the field. Jellicent being swapped out. In its place is Gigalith. Here comes the Sand Stream. Noivern going for the Draco, gets the miss. And now gets hit by the Sandstorm. Noiver recover HP with his leftovers. Gigalith still taking the poison damage. Now here's the Draco yet again. Should be enough to get the kill on Gigalith, and it is. Special attack stat drops by 2 for Noivern. Hematite the Gigalith goes down. 2v4. Sandstorm again hitting Noivern. Does get the leftovers recovery though. Out comes out Shukaku, the Lando Therian. Will intimidate and lower Noivern's physical attack stat. Goes straight for the knockoff. And is enough to get the kill on Noivern. 1v4. Here comes Porygon 2. Takes this damage from the rocks and now the spikes. Does trace Lando's Intimidate. Will lower Lando's attack stat now by 1. Once again, Lando going for the knockoff. Will knock off Porygon's Eviolite. Goes straight for the Tri-Attack. The Sandstorm affecting Porygon 2, as is the Poison. Here's a knockoff again from Lando Therian. Here's another Tri-Attack. The Sandstorm now gone. Porygon still taking the poison damage. Here's another knockoff from Lando. And that is it. Porygon 2 goes down. This is a 4-0 victory for the Seattle Sharingan Serperiors.
And there goes the battle!
GG's to both coaches for an impressive match. The Seattle Sharingan Serperiors are now 6-1. And the Wilmington Crobats are 3-4. Again, GG's to both coaches. Thank you guys so much for watching. We do appreciate it here at the Worldwide Champions League. Like and subscribe to keep watching with more battles do go live. Until next time, this is your boy PXG Cash Hour, coach of the New York Nido Kings, signing off.